Party all night is the best of the best friend weekend. We can party all night is the best of the best friend weekend. We can party all night. Shout out the whole podcast crew. Everybody already know what it do. When you really gotta kill it, ain't nobody gonna feel it. When you really gotta tell them it's my crew. It's best friend weekend. We can party all night. We got Ross moving, Lowe's, Rumble, Aldo NICE is the uncle.
To say like we from like the South, the deep South, and people always got, jokes for people, from this geographic location. I find it so crazy. Like every time, I meet somebody, I tell them I am from Louisiana. They just start assuming I'm from New Orleans, or after I correct them, from that point on, they still thinking I'm from New Orleans, or motherfuckers might think New Orleans is the damn state or whatever, or that's just like the only city in the goddamn state. And then this just brings me to my next point. I am from Southwest Louisiana. I am from Lafayette, Louisiana, the hub city, the flats. I am not from New Orleans. We got our own culture. We got our own slang. And not to mention, our food is 20 times way, way better. So it just kind of just rubs me the worst way when people, after I correct them or first meeting, they just assume I'm from New Orleans. They don't claim us, and they think they so city, but in the grand scheme, metropolitan cities, that shit's small as hell. They don't claim us. We don't claim that I am from Lafayette, Louisiana.
I say, whoa, welcome to the Best Friend Weekend podcast. It's your man, Aldo NICE.
Wow, it's your boy Los, a.k.a. C.A.P.
On location this week is Raj. It's Raj Smooth. This podcast brought to you by Raj Smooth.
Shout out to Smoother,
who will not be joining us today, and that burns my boudin. We'll talk about that later. But let's get right to your man Rumble. It's a realistic concern, I think, from everyone from Louisiana who's not from New Orleans, and I think Master P probably was the first one who said it. I don't remember the song. I can Google it, but he said, "I'm from the great state of, I'm from a state of New Orleans," or some shit like that. He said, I don't remember.
I just feel like people think New Orleans is the only place in Louisiana because maybe outside Louisiana, that's the only little city that matters to anybody, because that's where everybody go and think you don't think, you actually just do what the fuck you want, act a fool, drink, get raped, robbed, all that. So, that's like the little tourism city. So, it is what it is. I always correct them like, no, Shreveport. You know what I'm saying? I'm from Shreveport. I'm not claiming New Orleans. I'm up north where the kings sit. You know what I'm saying?
You from... Okay, I'm not even going to go into where... We've already said this many times in the podcast what I think that Shreveport is. But still, I can get how we all kind of commiserate on that same factor. That where you from? Okay. Oh, you from Louisiana? I got people that I know on a like I know that I see all the time. And they'll be like, y'all New Orleans niggas be blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, dog, I'm not. No. Like, case in point, the person we was hooping with Brown earlier today. Brown saw a video of, he follows Rob Kazi online. He was like, every time I see that boy, like Tommy with that big 40, I'd be like, boy, you sound just like that nigga, man. Y'all New Orleans niggas be. I was like, hold up, dog.
Yeah. He did me the same way. I know those niggas crazy. The same way. I'm 5.5 hours from that place.
Right? I'm closer to Houston than, right?
Yes. Yes, than I am New Orleans.
Right?
All facts.
I mean, you really close to Dallas. I could tell by how y'all act up there. But anyway.
Relax, boy. I'm playing, bro. You come in our club, ain't nothing but Boosie playing.
I mean, fair enough. But it's just a whole bunch of different points to that. And Rumble's right. People don't respect it as a whole thing. I mean, I don't know what other states are like that, because I can't even really think of one off the top. I mean, I guess you could say if you're from Cali, you don't automatically think somebody's from LA. You think a whole bunch of things. I'm from Arizona.
Well, you kind of do. If somebody say I'm from California, you gonna ask them where you from, LA?
Yeah.
Or the Bay? If you ask them from the Bay?
I'm gonna realistically think they could be from San Jose, Fresno, the Bay, somewhere. They could be from San Diego, Sacramento. Yeah. I'm really gonna be like,
but if somebody's from, we're not talking about you like most people.
Well, no, right? I would think that if someone's from LA, they're gonna, when you say where you from, they're gonna say they're from LA.
True, big facts. Big facts.
I don't think that they're gonna say I'm from whatever. Like people from New York. I think everybody from that's probably the same. Everybody from New York thinks that you're from New York City, but people might be from Rochester or Buffalo or I think upstate New York. So I think that's a synonymous thing. I think people from upstate New York probably feel the same way.
I think it's probably because you just don't know better. Like it's so small, that stuff packed on top of each other. You don't know. A lot of people don't know more than New York outside of New York. Right.
And I guess, and now that I'm thinking about it and kind of, I let my brain scan a whole bunch of things. Yeah, I think New York, because it's the same name though, so I guess it kind of, that's why that one is. New Orleans that's kind of unforgivable to think that if somebody said they're from Louisiana, that you automatically assume that they're from.
Yeah, I agree with that. That's crazy.
I mean, and when he says cultural differences, honestly, when we were little kids, we used to listen to, and when I'm saying little kids, like middle school, all the way up to middle school, we used to listen to bounce music. DJ Jubilee, what's your DJ name? DJ talk that stuff now, roll with it. I mean, that's what I grew up on. Hop in the circle, hop in the circle, all that.
All of that, yeah.
Bounce for the juvenile, all that.
That ain't it.
We got to the point where we actually had mainstream success, and it was Master P, which is also New Orleans, which I guess can keep feeding into that. And then it was Cash Money. And I remember being in high school, seeing like people coming to school talking about, man, you saw that video for Make 'Em Say with the tank on the basketball court and Mystical was sitting on the rim. I just remember people like that was the livest thing ever.
For me, it was the helicopter. Was
it the helicopter?
The helicopter.
You was big. I mean, were y'all in Shreveport? Were y'all bigger, Cash Money or No Limit, or was it just kind of with the times?
It was a time. At first, it was No Limit, everything. Well, when I was little, them boys was banging. So everybody thought they was from L.A. Listening to a bunch of Snoop and all of that. We did the Jubilee and all of that too. But when I was little,
because y'all are really close to Little Rock. Hey, man, ride with me. I'm right. Go ahead.
I'm not riding with you. So it was Crips and Bloods and all that heavy. And then P.
So y'all wasn't on bounce music like that then?
Not heavy, but when I got like high school, middle school, high school, we got on bounce.
We was on bounce. We was on bounce pretty much like the whole time, like elementary to middle. There was bounce music happening.
Yeah, we let that stuff come out that late. We don't let when you sit at the top of the throne, you don't let a lot of stuff just come through.
Well, I'm saying all of that to say this: the cultural differences for us, for me, I feel like it happened around the time that we were juniors, seniors in high school. Because Cash Money and No Limit and everything was like top of the food chain in rap.
Yeah.
And then it was like, what we started listening to was like Lil Flip. Lil Flip was like, especially in Southwest Louisiana. Like we used to aspire to be like, I guess maybe growing up, going to New Orleans for Mardi Gras, going to New Orleans for games, going to New Orleans and whatever else. New Orleans became kind of like old hat. And and Houston became like the live thing. Like we wanted to listen to Lil Flip. And I'm just talking music wise.
Yeah. I think that transition didn't happen for us until my freshman year in college.
Okay.
My senior year, we were still on Cash Money, everything, all of that. And then I went to school. I came out here, and I came back for like Christmas or something. And boss was like, "Hey, you ain't got no screw. You ain't bring no screw back."
So maybe you're right. Maybe you're right. Maybe it was my freshman year in college. Maybe it wasn't my senior year in high school. You might.
And I was like, "Wait a minute, what y'all listen to that?" Cause I was came out here still weighing Cash Money, everything.
Give me 50 feet.
Give me 50 feet. And the ball baby, all that, you know what I'm saying? The boys were sipping syrup out of bottles there. I was like, man, what is this? What is this the boys drinking?
Y'all got that hold it down.
And that man, I'm gonna come down like man.
So maybe we were all whatever, but I would argue that New Orleans people weren't listening to that. Now, if you're a New Orleans person and you're out there listening right now, school us. Hit us in the inbox. Let us know. Were New Orleans people in the aughts in 01, 2000, were y'all listening to Houston rap? Or were y'all still like, nah, we...
Biggity, bounce it. Yeah, they were still Big Freedom them out there.
Hey, don't get it twisted. I went to college in New Orleans, so catch the wall.
You know more than anybody then.
Hanging like a dog when you catch that wall.
Yeah.
Check it with that wham. Yeah, they was playing.
Hit him with it. Yeah.
They was playing it, but but like you said, food's different, culture's different, and we're gonna talk a little bit about culture. I'm gonna get to this because I want to talk a little bit about Creole. Okay. So we're gonna get there in a second, but Rumble, you're back to not letting us down, man. Shout out, man. This podcast is brought to you by Rumble Williams, man.
One time for the Rumble Williams, man.
Let me tell y'all what burned my boudin this week, man. The first thing that burned my boudin is, and I might have said this before on the podcast, I'm kind of getting old to the point where I say, did I say this before? But it happened to me this week, so I'm going to say it again if I never said it before. I got on the elevator on floor 1 at work, and somebody hit, and nobody hit nothing. I was by myself. It stopped on floor 2, and somebody got on. And then they hit 3. So they went from 2 to 3. They got off on 3. The elevator stopped on floor 5. Somebody got on. And they hit 6. And then it stopped on 6. And they got off. And then I got to my floor on 7.
Okay.
If you're going up one flight of stairs and you ain't got no big packages, I mean one floor. Take the stairs, man. Like that burns my boot. I can't tolerate that. And that kind of disrespect will not be tolerated from now on. Like I told a dude in the elevator today, he got on and he was going to the same floor I was going in the parking lot. He's like, I'm going to 4. And I was like, cool. Because if you said 3, I asked him what floor. And he was like, 4. And I was like, I'm going to 4 too. So that's cool for you. Because if you would have said 3, I would have pressed 4. And then I would have went to it. Then I would have pressed 3 when I was getting off. Because that's how I'm rocking from now on.
You know what? Somebody gonna beat your ass one day. I promise they gonna catch you slipping. That's an asshole move. You don't know if that man got bad knees or bad toe. That boy might have asthma real bad. People can have gout.
That's my rule from now on. If I get on a 1 and you say, hey, hit 2, and I'm gonna be like, I bet I'll hit it after I go to 7.
It'll get back. Get fired.
It'll get back.
For being floor racist.
Is that a fireable official thing?
Yes, Aldo NICE. Yeah, we just want to come in and talk to you about your floor racism.
What makes the fact that you have to go to a floor lower than mine make you have precedence on getting to that floor before me?
Because that floor comes before your floor.
It's not the point. It's not the fucking point. It's not the point.
That's all the point. That's the entire point.
If you're on the second floor and you need to get to the 3rd and you hit the elevator and you see it open and you see somebody on it, just be like, I get the next one, brother. Don't make them stop at the 3rd.
I mean, it's 2 seconds. It's not that long.
It's not. Take a while.
So I don't understand. What are you rushing for? And like, you don't have a certain time to be in work.
I gotta be.
And you get there early most of the time anyway. If you have a meeting at 9:30, you're there at 9 o'clock.
At least.
Because you want to play on your computer first and go play with the people in the office before. Yeah.
Download stuff.
You know what I'm saying?
You're stupid. Another thing that burned my boudin this week, man, is listen. I said something the other day and I was talking about I said, and I was playing my Sega. And I said, Genesis. And I said, you know what? That burns my boudin when people called it a Genesis.
Yeah, it's always a Sega.
It's gotta be a Sega. And the follow-up
only Genesis I respect is OT.
Genesis, yeah, that kind of thing. Like that goes to a step further. Another thing that burned my boudin. I was a Genesis kid / Sega kid, right? Sega.
Yeah.
When my parents got me that Sega for Christmas one year with Sonic the Hedgehog 1, I was there.
What?
I was a beginning Sega cat. 3-button controller, directional pad. Let's get it. No triggers. No 6-button. None of that foolishness. It bothered me when people had both. That used to burn my boudin. Why your mama feel like she need to get you a Super Nintendo and a Sega Genesis? Were you one of those kids?
Well, I can tell you the funny story is before, like maybe a couple weeks before Christmas, I noticed my mother had a big package under the bed. And me being who I am, I snuck and looked. And it was a Super Nintendo. So in the car, I just kind of casually mentioned, like, hey, Mom, you know I want to, I said, I hope I get that Sega Genesis I want for Christmas. She's like, you wanted a Sega? I was like, yeah. Because I didn't like Super Nintendo when it first came out. I just didn't like it. So I was like, I hope you got that for me. You know what I'm saying? That really all I want for Christmas. She's like, boy, you ain't want no Super Nintendo? I'm like, nah. Then she said, did you look under my bed? I say, no. Is the Sega under the bed? I can play it now. Lying under the bed the whole time. But yeah, she tried. I had one. I got the Sega. I didn't want the Super Nintendo.
So she brought it back?
She took it back and got me the Sega.
Okay. Whew. I know some people who had both. I just know some people who had both. And,
I don't see how you play 2 video games like that.
Right? I mean, it's 2 different worlds, right? As a grown-up, I could respect, and I actually used to like as a child to go to somebody's house who had like a Nintendo, right?
Yes.
Like, the people who had the Super Nintendo or the Nintendo and I could play Mario. Like, I never played Mario. So when I could go play Mario, I'm like, okay, that's fun. I get to play Mario.
Yeah.
This is a change of pace.
I didn't want to wake up every day and play Mario, though.
At all. At all.
I didn't like
I felt like 16-bit graphics made a difference because they told us it did.
Hey, and they had NBA Jams.
They did have NBA Jams.
The Super Nintendo did not have NBA Jams.
I don't know. I couldn't speak intelligently to that. Somebody who's out there, which we often have people who inbox us and let us know.
Yeah.
Did Super Nintendo have NBA Jams?
I bet the first person is Rumble.
Put it on the poll. Rumble be the first person to listen, but Rumble won't be able to answer that question because I know a lot about a lot of people, right? Mm-hmm. I know that Graham Starr had a Sega Genesis as well, but then he had a Nintendo 64 and he had Wave Runner. So that was kind of his, like, I never had a Nintendo 64. I had a Sega Saturn. And I went
from Sega to PlayStation.
Right? Rumble was a PlayStation baby. His first system was a PlayStation. He had Crash Bandicoot.
Oh, okay.
Star Fox and shit like that. So he never was that. I actually had an Atari before everything else.
I used to play my brother's Atari.
That's what I'm saying. It's my sister Atari. So I used to I'd play it and I didn't understand it. I was too young. I didn't even understand how to play a lot of those games. Except for like the stupid easy ones like Combat and shit where you just
what's the one with the ball? You hit the ball back and forth, you bring it out. I used to play that one. And the shooting game with the little thing, you go back to the little
that one was probably called Asteroids.
That one.
Yeah. Asteroids, Pong. They had a lot the
one that's in the arcade.
E.T. Yeah. I had E.T. too. Like they had fire little graphics on the game itself, but when you put it in, that shit was shitty. Yeah. Oh shit! Another thing that burned my boudin, man. I don't know about too much, and I want to say this one before I forget it. People who don't actually record the podcast because they go to Nuggets basketball games.
Hey, Dwyane Wade played the Nuggets tonight, huh?
Man, listen. I need our loyal listeners to just for my purposes, man. Just for me, man. Inbox, because Raj Raj has access to the Best Friend Weekend Instagram page as well. So inbox the Best Friend Weekend Instagram page and say, "Damn, Raj, I can't believe you missed this week." Boy, Raj, that shit was funny, man. I wonder what you would have thought about this week. Like, just hit him with some stuff. Just hit it like that. And I'm not gonna check the message. I'm gonna wait for him to check the message. He don't listen to the podcast when you're not on it, but he'll listen. He'll go check messages.
No, everybody put a bunch of nuggets in the.
That's even better.
Just drop a bunch of. Find a nugget emoji, and if you don't have a nugget, drop a bunch of shrimp
nuggets,
in there.
Some awesome
nuggets look like shrimp.
Gold nuggets, man, like some
gold. Drop a bunch of gold nuggets.
Drop some gold. Drop a bunch of gold.
Go to the Best Friend Weekend page and drop buku gold nuggets.
And then when he say, "Hey, why is everybody dropping gold nuggets on dollar shit?"
I don't know.
Just be like, man, what's that, man? So they needed to be said. Last thing that burned my boudin. I just got one more thing. The last thing that burns my boudin is Operation Incognito. Have you, Los, have you heard about Operation Incognito?
No, my brother.
Well, in Shelby County, and this is somewhere outside of Memphis, I think. Basically, Operation Incognito involves law enforcement officers. And what these jokers do, they hop on the city bus and they ride around and they basically they be riding next to people and they all looking out their window to spot drivers they say weren't paying attention. And then they get their license plate and give them tickets and shit.
Dog. It got to be a better way to generate revenue for the city, though.
But
that man, come on now. Now, I mean,
it burned my Boudin, but ain't it smart though?
No,
because you're not looking for when you see a bus, you ain't thinking about cops. You're not like, oh, that's them cops. So you go keep smoking that weed with your window down, both hands off the steering wheel, getting that dome.
So that I feel like they have to prove it, right? So just because he saw it doesn't mean he could be lying.
No,
like,
I see. Like the pictures look like they got cameras.
Oh,
they sitting in the bus with cameras, taking pictures of y'all not paying attention while you're driving. It still burned my Boudin.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Because
it gotta be a better way to generate revenue, man. They need to raise taxes or something out there if it's that bad. For real. Come on.
For real. I don't know, man. Well, Operation Incognito burns my Boudin. Operation Richard Incognito ain't for the niggas, so it burned my Boudin, man. Okay, so let's talk about
character.
No, he played for the Dolphins. He was the one calling people niggas.
No, not him, but Incognito. No, it's not
I think his name. Character. I think his name is Magneto. But
that right there, same thing.
Yeah, but I mean, you ain't right when you're wrong. So that's
big facts.
So let's talk a little bit about this. We were talking a little bit about Louisiana. Let's start with Louisiana a little bit. A story that you guys have been hearing for a while, that there's been some church burnings in St. Mary Parish. So St. Mary Parish is closer to where I'm from than where Los is from. It's in the general Acadiana area. So Mount St. Mary's Baptist Church in Port Barre burned on March 26th. And the Greater Union Baptist Church in Opelousas and Mount Pleasant Baptist Church, both in Opelousas, burned on April 2nd. And basically, they predominantly black churches. Within 10 days, there were 3 churches burnt down. So everybody said that the fires were intentionally set and such. Mm-hmm. And there might have been a 4th fire in Caddo Parish that was kind of like... Caddo Parish is by you, right?
Yeah, that's in Shreveport.
But they said that blaze was intentionally set too. But people were saying it might be like they was doing it to throw the scent off. You feel me? For real. So like they burnt up a white church just to be like, oh man,
just to be like, hey, look,
it wasn't. We wasn't targeting black people. It wasn't them. Yeah. So that happened, man. My first thought was, as with most of these things, the spotlight anxiety thing, I hold my breath and I'm like, I hope it's not us. I hope it's not a black person burning, because I've heard of this story too. Somebody burning down their church for the money.
That's they ain't gonna lie. That's the first thing that came to my head. I said, Lord, please don't let my people be out here burning historical black churches for their insurance. Please, I mean, because I saw the churches. They probably needed some help. I was on the building fund. You know what I'm saying? And, young people don't go to the small churches anymore. So, you got a 100-some-year-old church. 9 times 10, the youngest person, maybe a baby or something in there. But by the time people get turning 15, 16, 17, by 17, they get to driving. They start going to other churches. So they go from baby to maybe 16, and then they pick up at like 50, 60. You know what I mean? So I was like, man, I hope that tire's still rolling in. They're able to pay the little building fund or whatever. Maybe they was late, and the pastor was tired of riding in the regular little Buick. That boy want that Benz, so he's not gonna burn this thing down. Honestly,
in continuing with the theme from last week, I feel like that's a conspiracy theory, right? Think about think about that. That's kind of the same thing we talked about last week. People like the obvious right in front of your face answer to it is that some racist white boy did it.
Yeah, couldn't be.
But black people we immediately think like kind of like with the Nipsey situation, like, oh man, I hope it wasn't a conspiracy. So breaking news: Holden Matthews was arrested on April 10th, which is today when we're recording on Wednesday. And he's the son of a St. Landry Parish deputy, Roy Matthews. Holden Matthews, drum roll please. He's a white boy. Woo!
Thank you, Jesus.
He was booked in the
I'm
custody
tired of
about
racist folk
2-3 hours
coming
ago,
down.
man.
Listen, I'm tired of racist folk coming down on us like that. I knew a black man wouldn't do that to his own church.
I never
I
thought
don't know
it
why
for a
people
second.
even come up with that. Ain't no way. I knew it was a white boy the whole time, man. I'm sick and tired of this shit. We can't have none of these black people. You know what I'm saying? They've been doing it like this for over 500 years, and this shit has to stop.
He says
You know
in his statement to police, he says the fires were set in response to Lil Nas X's Old Town Road being in a country music tour.
Boy,
We can laugh about this because nobody was hurt. Nobody was hurt. But they're saying it's man, that's funny, dog. They said it was no coincidence. Matthews is from Opelousas, and he's a singer in a band, a black metal band. The band is called Vodka Ventures. He's the lead singer and songwriter. Oh my God, I guess that means his band's gonna blow now. They have no other information about that. He just burnt those 3 churches. Let me see anything else we can hear about him. Hundreds of years of history was lost in the fires, but no one was injured, they say. And that's pretty much it, man. Yeah, so it's come
white
to
people don't want to have nothing.
It's come to a close that quickly before we could even really get into our I wanted you to throw out your theories, but I guess
I knew the whole time, honestly.
Burning down churches,
burn down
shit is so. But I mean, it's so much of an asshole thing to do, right? What show was I watching where they burnt down the church? Was it It was something with Matthew McConaughey, and then they killed. Well, they burned down that goddamn church with all them people in it in the Patriot. But I feel they something with Matthew McConaughey and they had killed like Michael K. Williams. No, it wasn't Michael K. Williams. It's one of them. One of his people was a black dude, and they ended up killing him. Maybe it was Mahershala Ali. Yeah, it was Mahershala, and somebody got to help me with that movie. Like they said,
It wasn't Rosewood, was it?
No. It was more recent than that. What's funny is I heard somebody recently say this, that you never feel more like invisible than when somebody's trying to figure out something on a podcast and you listening to it and you know the answer, but you can't say anything because you can't help. It's called Free State of Jones.
Okay.
And I think there was a scene on there where they burned a church. But anyway, yeah, burning churches is white people shit. I'm sorry. It's like mass murdering people at school is like white kids do it. And I hate to say that because they could strike right back and say, well, gang violence is black people shit. And I mean, to a large extent, you're not wrong when you're right.
You're not wrong when you're right.
Like,
you're not wrong when you're right. I just feel like I think black people hold church. I would like to think black people hold church in high regards.
Black people hold. What you say?
I think black people
hold white Jesus in more regard than what?
Than black Jesus.
Black Baptist hold white Jesus.
But I feel like they rob a church. You know what I'm saying? Black people would run up in the church and rob it, but I don't know if they have brought it down.
I don't even know if they do that. I kind of feel like black people.
My church at home got robbed a few times, so that's.
Did it really?
Yeah.
I feel like they'll go steal a copper out of the air conditioner or something, but they might. I don't know about robbing a church.
Nah, if they know what the ties are, they're going there and get something, a TV. Crackhead go rob a church and then come Sunday
and pray for forgiveness.
If you in the baptism pool, taking a bubble bath.
If it's Catholicism, we go tell the priest, "Bless me, Father, for I sin." So check it out. I robbed the church yesterday. It was me, but I needed that loot. So how many Our Fathers? How many act of contrition? Let me know. Let me know what's happening. Let me get right. Let me get back right with the Lord. My bad.
You can't say nothing, right?
Can't say shit about it. You just like, this motherfucker.
I got y'all yesterday. You know that tire y'all were looking for? Went and got me a police car with the paper tag. Right quick.
I did say something about Lil Nas X, man. Let's talk about that real quick. Lil Nas X with the what's your thoughts on Old Town Road?
I like it, bro. Like when I first heard it, I was like, what the fuck is this? And then I listened to it again. I'm like, hey, this slick jamming though. I like that song, bro. I think it's actually genius. And Billy Ray Cyrus in there talking about Fendi bras and They got matte black, all that. It was cool. Got a cowboy hat from Gucci. I'm rocking with it.
No, I'm big fan. I listened to it the other day and I was like, no, I like this. I like it because I like any kind of cross genre music, especially if it's done really well. So it's still kind of got that hip hop feel to it, but it's done really well. The beat's nice.
And Billy Ray was on that. Billy Ray was on the track heavy.
Well, did you hear how Billy Ray got involved? Right?
No, I didn't hear that.
Okay, so the story for those of y'all who are kind of like just getting into the Old Town Road, which as of right now is the #1 song on the Billboard Hot 100, which is fucking crazy. They calling it country trap is what they're saying. Anyway,
and y'all only 300 y'all went and bought Boosie album,
right? Basically, like it debuted at number 19 on Billboard's Hot Country charts, surrounded by tracks from people like Luke Bryan, Kelsey Ballerini, Florida Georgia Line, and whatever. So then this guy wrote an op-ed. His name's Kyle Cornelius. I don't know. That sounds like he might not be, for the culture. Anyway,
go ahead.
And he said that Old Town Road was basically a 1:53 joke. He was incensed that the viral song was taking valuable chart space from actual country or otherwise. He said, including Wild West signifiers or references to horses in no way qualifies a rap song with a trap beat as country. Furthermore, Lil Nas X is not professing to be a country artist. He's not signed to a country label and has no affiliation to the country industry whatsoever. Lil Nas X has no ties to the greater Nashville music campus in any capacity. So they went in all of that, and then basically Billboard acquiesced. And it pulled Old Town Road from the country music charts the week of March 23rd. So that was like a couple weeks ago. And so what that did is the controversy just blew this shit up. And that's when Billy Ray Cyrus like hopped on and was like, say, bruh, if they're talking about you, then you're doing something right. And I'm going to hop on that thing.
Now he said, let's really get it on the country chart.
Yeah.
Man. Come on. Let me show them.
So yeah, that thing, whatever. I mean, obviously, and listen, I was thinking about this recently when I was having a conversation with a homeboy at work. This podcast is brought to you by Burke. And Burke from work said, and Burke from work said, Burke from work said his favorite rapper was Lil Durk. And no.
And his favorite basketball player was Dirk Nowitzki.
And he said it with a smirk. And okay, so.
And he watched Dirk Diggler for pleasure.
Okay. And his favorite hot boy was Turk. And I got you. I got you. Yeah. You see,
his favorite song was work.
Okay, I'm done. Okay, so anyway, so basically we was talking about racism just in general, and he came back and after he read the Kyle Corver article, which I haven't read yet, he said that we had a conversation a week before, and he thought that he needed to come back and talk to me and say, listen, I hate that I'm a white guy who responds to you talking about some racist stuff and being like giving you my own story where I should just be listening because I don't know anything about racism in America. I think I do, but I don't. And whenever somebody tells you something isn't racist or you pull in the race card, 9 times out of 10 it is racist and you're just pointing out facts.
Yeah.
Taking Old Town Road, if a white boy had made Old Town Road, it'd still be on the country music charts.
Come on now. If Post Malone made Old Town Road is #1 for the next year on the country music chart.
Bubba Sparks, any of them, they wouldn't have cared.
Yeah, Eminem.
They wouldn't have cared.
I think they gave us Eminem a long time ago, huh? And they took Kanye. When they took Kanye, they gave us Eminem, right?
Yeah, I mean they're not gonna let Eminem do it, but like I'm saying a no name like Lil Nas X is a no name. Like just a random kid, 20-year-old white kid comes out with that song, and he's got kind of that flow. They would be celebrating it. They'd be celebrating it. They'd be like, "Oh, the beats are great," and they would know in the back of their head that it's influenced by hip hop, but they don't mind stealing from the culture. So they would have did it. They would have liked it, and that would have been it.
They don't mind stealing from the culture as long as it benefits them. But now,
absolutely,
a black man come over there and want to come play with our culture. Now we got a problem,
right?
So
I mean, I don't know what makes a country record, right? Like, what does it have? I mean, I guess they have to have genres, but what makes a song country or rap or R&B? Like, I mean, is Bryson Tiller can never be on the rap charts because he's R&B, or is he pop? You know what I mean? Like, Is Drake, should he be
No,
on the
they-
R&B charts? Or he should
R&B
be on
and
the
rap,
rap?
they'll switch you over every now and then. They let you do whatever depending on what you're saying.
Then why you can't be
I think
country and rap?
Country, you got to have a dog, or a horse, a cowboy hat.
Or a
and-
drinking problem.
Yeah. Something your old lady wrong, something wrong with your old lady using a white beater. Like, you got to have a bunch of stuff, stuff like that going on. You just can't, I don't think it got to be some type of issue.
No, I mean,
Like, it got to be white people problems in this song.
it got to be white folks' problems.
Yeah.
Take your horse to the Old Town Road, though, man. I mean, I guess it ain't, man.
Black people don't take their horse to the Old Town Road. They ride it down through the hood.
Just in case anybody asks you about Lil Nas X, I'm going to give you another nugget that I figured out when I did my research.
Denver?
You said what?
A Denver nugget?
A Denver. Please put them nuggets under. Don't put it under Best Friend Weekend, but also go put it under Raj's pictures on his own at Raj.
All of them.
Yes, please. Please, that will make. Listen, if you are a podcast, listen. It's free to do. It takes you no time. Just press pause right now and go to Instagram and go to @Raj Smooth, ROGSMUVE @Raj Smooth, and whatever
just find
pictures
the
you
first
just
picture.
just put
Put
buku
buku
nuggets
nuggets.
under that bitch, and whatever if you don't know what nuggets is, just watch what the person put ahead of you, and that's a nugget. And we're just gonna make that. Whoever's the first person who puts it, you're like the one who's setting the tone for what the nuggets are. I love it. I fucking love it.
That's so funny to me, dog.
Yeah, that's
All right,
hilarious.
go ahead.
But I was with Ashley. Shout out, this podcast brought to you by Ashley. Smash Dog forever. He
Shout out.
he was we were in the car listening to it, and I was like, let me listen to another song by Lil Nas X to see. And the song was called Rio de Janeiro. And he was like, go to Rio de Janeiro with the mommies on the beach, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh, this nigga's a culture vulture. He's just a young cat trying to make it by all means. He's Drake, but like on one album. He's like Drake, but like,
Relax.
no, I'm saying, doesn't Drake steal everybody's culture on every song? Okay. You know his last Scorpion was an ode to Louisiana because he wanted to be from Louisiana, right? And the one before that, well, he wanted, exactly. At one point, he had a Texas album. He's had an Africa album. He's had a UK album. He's had a Caribbean album. You know this to be true, nigga. I'm not saying nothing that ain't true. So Lil Nas X probably beat that nigga to
make it on one album.
Right?
He did.
I'm blim. I'm blim for real.
Top shotter. Damn,
Come on,
Drake,
Aubrey.
I'm trying to defend you, man.
Come on, Aubrey.
You're not wrong when you're right, though, Aubrey.
So he's still in the playbook from Drake. I'm just trying to hop into another culture, and then maybe I could pop on the country playlist. Man, he did what he did, man. Get paid. Get paid, young
Hey,
brother.
I ain't mad at no black man, getting his money up. I ain't mad at that at all.
Talking about another black man who's a little whatever. What are your thoughts on Kodak's comments? We talk about Kodak a lot on this podcast because Kodak is good for podcasts. Tell me your thoughts. Because me and you've never talked about this, but I have thoughts on this.
Okay. Well, let me just say this. What he was saying, he ain't the first person to think like that. Like, I mean, these dudes out here like that. Now, he's dead ass wrong. You know what I mean? He dead ass wrong. Maybe it's too soon. Or that's something you talk about with your homeboys and stuff. You don't come out and set it on your live. I think you got to get better friends with that type of thing. But, I mean, he ain't saying none of this. It's some creeps probably in her inbox right now saying the same thing. I don't put it past no dude. One man's failure or trash is another man's gain. But in this case, it's death, I guess. But, it's boys out here plotting. Been wanting her for a while. Super plotting on her. You know what I mean? I don't think he's in the running. Me personally, but I mean, he really not wrong with it, right? It just was important, very extremely poor taste. You know what I mean? I don't think I feel LA, people from LA, I guess they should want to be like, nah, hold up, and all of that. We banned this thing. I mean, that's y'all. From we heard from Dre last week. Saying about how LA boys feel about him or whatever. So I mean, I guess you should ban his music for a little bit. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's people out here really thinking that way. He just said it out loud when it was way too soon.
So I feel like this whole part of the podcast is gonna be called Too Soon because anything I think we're gonna say in the next 5 minutes is gonna be too soon.
Okay.
I'm just saying, right? Like I think anything you say about Nipsey Hussle is too soon. Yeah. Besides saying that he was great and we should name the street ignominious Nipsey Hussle Drive, whatever they called it. Yeah. I agree. Kodak is saying what a lot of other people think, and he's just inarticulate. He's not a person who's going to say it. He's not going to say it in a way that he's going to articulate himself well. Because you could tell he was even trying to come back. Like he said, look, Lauren London, that's bae. Nothing is wrong with saying that. Nothing is wrong with saying Lauren London is bae.
I think the majority of us feel that way about Lauren London.
They'll say that about Rihanna is bae. Who else? Beyonce is bae. I mean, people don't really say it about Beyonce, but they'll say it about, whomever.
Rihanna, all the you said.
And then I felt like he was like, oh man, I probably shouldn't have said that. He was like, man, look, I give her as much time as she wants, man. And I felt like at that point, he was probably high. He's probably trying to be funny, and he was probably trying to like back it up all at the same time, back off the statement. He's like, if she need a year, 2 years, 3 years, I could just be her friend. Like, think about what he's saying. He's digging the hole deeper by continuing to talk.
That's when I say you gotta have real friends.
Yeah,
man. I'm grabbing your phone. I'm grabbing your phone.
Lauren London is bae, but this is too soon, man. And then that should have been it. You're right. They let him talk too much.
Yeah. But
that's why we like Kodak. Because he talked too much and he's funny. I'll get to my Kevin Gates thing later because I think Kevin Gates is just as influential to the culture as Nipsey Hussle. But that's my thought.
We'll talk about that later.
I mean, I've been floating that whole idea for some weeks, but anyway,
yeah, we talked about it a little bit.
I think if I asked you a year ago who was more important to the culture, Kevin Gates or Nipsey Hussle, you would have said Kevin Gates, and you wouldn't even thought about it. I think once you listen to Victory Lap, you probably was like, I like Nipsey Hussle's music better, but you probably still didn't know about his philanthropic efforts in LA. So you probably still would have thought, and I think things in the culture matter. Things like social media, like how funny you are on social media and stuff like. I think that matters.
Let's finish Kodak before we go there.
I know. I wasn't even gonna go there. I wasn't even gonna go there. I don't even have another list of things to talk about on the podcast.
Well, let's
today.
finish Kodak.
But I would just think that Kevin Gates is important to the culture, and I'm just gonna say that.
I agree.
But Kodak. He has people who are around him who don't love him, like you said, who let him say all of that. Yeah. I think what's my biggest takeaway from that is when what's his name? Not even T.I. I'm against T.I. Obviously, Game. Some other I smacked shit out this dude. Ebro in the morning, like Charlamagne gave him Donkey of the Day. Like
I don't believe nothing Ebro says though. I'm sorry. I don't know.
I mean, Charlamagne was doing it too.
Yeah.
I feel like ganging up on and saying like in one hand, I feel like it's like gang violence is bad. Don't kill anybody. Nipsey Hussle died for nothing. It's terrible. But let's go kill all of Eric Holder's family because he killed Nipsey Hussle. Well, let's put out a hit on his whole family. And since Kodak said that he can't come to LA, or we gonna shoot him. So that's your response to Nipsey Hussle fucking. That's what
Nipsey wants.
That's what Nipsey wants.
In heaven, like yeah, cuz, yeah, homie, let's ride.
Ride on Nipsey. I mean, ride on Kodak.
Yeah.
I don't think that's.
I think the appropriate
who y'all
saying
he is. Who y'all saying he is not
to reach out to that man. Like if you're a vet in the game, I think you get his number and hit his line and reach out to him and have a conversation with him and let him know that, bro, look, it's some shit you can't say on live. You don't have to, that's not cool. Cause on the slick, I don't know how, I really don't think a lot of people listen to Kodak Black like that though, honestly.
Kodak Black jam, you know that.
Yeah, I mean to us, but I mean that's West. They probably don't understand nothing he's saying.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To be honest. I don't think they understand. I don't think a lot of that stuff they don't even relate to. You know what I'm saying? So he might not be losing a whole bunch of money. I mean, it's not like he's going to put Kodak... Well, I guess if it's a scary movie, you'll put Kodak Black in the movie. But I don't think... You know what I'm saying? He got a bunch of opportunities in LA.
Tunnel Vision is a dope song. They don't want to
but
see
you're
me
not
winning. They want to see me in the penitentiary. I mean, like, yeah, cut. Like he got a lot of quotables. I liked whatever his first little shit was called, Pac, Biggie Pac or whatever. I like that. Like I was a fan. I was like,
I ride with Kodak, man. It's the Z thing.
Yeah,
I'm riding with him, but he. I mean, I just feel like you got to get better friends around him, and then I have to let him know, like, say, bro, some stuff you just can't say out loud.
He's not supposed to say that. That's
fine.
Fine. We all agree, right?
But somebody got to tell him. I don't think you should be putting a hit out on him.
So let me ask you something, Los. How many of that same conversation you think took place across America in different circles of friends of niggas sitting around like, boy, I get on Lauren London right now. Cause it's almost like that situation where somebody boyfriend leave him and you see him online and you're like, oh, she's single now. But it's even single. This to another extent. Cause she's single. Yeah. At this point. Like she not about to get back with that dude. No. So was that bad?
The views.
I don't.
It ain't right.
I'm not Kodak Black, so I can articulate what I'm saying. I'm just saying that there is a.
It just sounds bad.
Part
when it comes
of there's a part of the community who looks at it like that. Man, I don't want Lauren London.
I agree.
I don't look. I'm not. And would I do that? And somebody responded to me saying, "Well, if that was your old lady and you died, that'd be wrong for somebody to say that about your old lady." But, I mean, I guess it'd be wrong, but I wouldn't care. I'm dead. Like, these are a lot of thoughts I have about that type of stuff.
Yeah,
you dead.
It can't really hurt your feelings, huh?
I ain't gotta go to work tomorrow. I'm dead. Couldn't like shit. Fine. Like shit. Turn up.
And you in heaven too? No, they won't.
Well,
hopefully you go to heaven. I don't know.
I mean, I would think heaven got to be turned.
I don't think it's boring.
But Kodak's response to all them dudes is just so priceless to me, especially what he told T.I. And I think what he told T.I. spoke for everybody. When T.I. said, "Man, keep his name out your mouth," he said, "Or what?" I love it. Yeah. I like Kodak even more for that response.
Hey, and he said, if T.I. died, everybody gonna want Tiny glass.
Oh my God. Oh my God. He really said that. And somewhere in between all of the stuff that y'all are saying about him, he actually did go on Instagram Live and said, if I disrespected Lauren London in any shape or form, I'm sorry. Even though I didn't. Rest in peace to the dude. If I disrespected Lauren London in any way, even though I know I didn't, my bad. Sucker baby dick, all you old niggas reaching, fuck y'all.
Yeah, and he was like, you know what I'm saying? I respect it, dude. And nobody saying about I respect it, dude. And you know what I'm saying? He inspired me to go in my communities and do some stuff. You know what I'm saying? And nobody even said that. I respect dude. You know what I mean? So, you know. But I guess on the flip side of it, if that was your closest homeboy, how would you feel?
I don't know, man. Like, honestly, because you would have to scale all of it, right? It would have to be scaled to like, we aren't in the media, right? Like if it was my homeboy, it would be a regular person. And then that means it would be a regular other person saying that about like, man.
But what if you went on live? Because I feel like if a dude went on live and said that after you died about your old lady, I feel some kind of way.
You can feel some kind of way. You can.
I mean, I ain't no killer, but don't push me.
You can.
Revenge is like
I don't not get why people are upset about it. But it's like, it's the internet. All it's going to blow over. But it's not as egregious as people want it to be. By Friday's over with.
Well, really tomorrow.
Yeah, it's not as bad as what people want it to be. Like, that's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I
guess it was a big deal. They selling tickets to his funeral, and he has a 30-mile ride.
Hold up. Kodak said T.I. just want first dibs on her. Then he told him to eat a baby dick again and fuck that pussy ass museum, bitch. I ain't trying to give y'all permission to put me up there anyway. I like that. I'm tickled by Kodak Black. I'm tickled.
Hey, it's a big part of me. I couldn't even say a little. It's a big part of me that like ignorance a lot. And it's nothing. I try so hard, but it's a big part of me that loves pure ignorance. And I feel like if you look it up, if you look pure ignorance up on Google, Kodak Black is on every image. I feel like it got to be.
Like that's why people like Mike Epps.
Yeah,
because he's ignorant.
he not as ignorant as Kodak Black, but yeah.
No, but Kodak Black is like a mix between somebody who can rap really good and somebody who's very ignorant. It's a very good combination.
I just think he's both. I don't know if it's a good combination. I just think he's somebody who's very ignorant who can rap really good. I don't think it's a mix. It's just it's just both of those things. Like
shout out, the homie Cody Ray. Shout out, this podcast brought to you by Cody Ray. Always be talking about how he liked Kodak growth, man. You saw that when he's like, who you want to do a song with? He was like, Ed Sheeran. I love Kodak. Hey, and if y'all grown and y'all our age and you're like, hey, man, I don't listen to that new school shit. I don't do whatever. Just, hey, Nipsey would want you to support black business.
You need to grow up.
Then he would want you to listen to Kodak. You said something about Nipsey just now in the funeral. What you said?
They selling tickets, man. Boy, funeral's gonna be at the Staples Center, bro.
They said boys was giving tickets for free and is selling them. That's what Dre Hype told me, man.
I'm not surprised. And he got a 25-mile route. Like, I get it. You know what I mean? I don't know. I get it. I don't know. I'm just not like. I guess I don't exploit death like that. I don't know. I just think it's weird to be like. I know he know a lot of people, right? That's Michael Jackson, though. Michael Jackson did a lot of weird stuff. But I feel like I guess he a regular dude. I mean, he did some big stuff, but I mean, you want that many people at the funeral, though? Well, you got to get to Staples Center. You know what I mean?
I guess it's live for him.
I mean, it's fire, but that's just a lot of shit going on.
It's live for his legacy, for his kids to be like, my daddy.
What if you at the top? Like, what if you at the top of the thing? Like, you want nosebleed seats?
Because it's one of them things. And you know what I was thinking? I was like, I bet celebrities gonna show up just to say that they was there, like a bunch of rappers and shit. Like,
oh yeah, everybody going.
They're gonna try to make it like the hip hop funeral, like the Michael Jackson shit, but like for hip hop.
And that's, you know what? Maybe this is the conspiracy theory. Maybe now the white people take this time to like get rid of a few more black people.
Oh.
Since everybody was saying, "Oh, it was a white beat, it was a hit." Maybe they'll take time to get rid of the rest of the people who's gonna do the documentary.
I don't like you, Los.
Since they all gonna be in one place.
With the like the grand septum, huh? Like this Cersei Lannister.
They gonna poison the Hennessy everybody passing around or something.
Yeah, I hate you.
And the watermelon and the Roscoe's chicken and waffle.
I was gonna get into this whole Louisiana thing about how people want to be Creole because I saw like this post that online where somebody was like, "Did you know that Nipsey Hussle was a Louisiana Creole?" And listen, I'm gonna try to keep it real short to say this. Nipsey Hussle was not a Louisiana Creole.
No, he wasn't. You can look at his mama and tell.
Even if his mama is from Louisiana. Creole, in most people's estimation, it has something to do with how you were raised as well as the blood running through your veins, right? Mm-hmm. We're not Cajun. Cajun is kind of like where you're raised and the blood running through your veins to an extent. I think Creole is the same thing. I think if you're South Louisiana and you got, or maybe even North Louisiana in some extent, and you kind of got like that hodgepodge of French and Spanish and black, because I think that's what Creole might be. French, Spanish, black going on in you. And then it's kind of like you grow up kind of eating a certain food, feeling a certain vibe. All of those things we talked about earlier about Louisiana, I think that's what constitutes being Creole. Yeah. Not that your mama was from there. But that's the same thing with like Beyonce and Solange and whatever. Like a lot of people like want to be from Louisiana. And maybe it's just like Dre Hype said, maybe it's people want to be from somewhere else. Maybe nobody wants to be from where they from. Maybe they all want to say they from somewhere else. But I think it's just funny that it's coming out like Nipsey Hussle was a Louisiana Creole, and that's a meme I've seen a lot. And no, he wasn't. He's the African who lives in L.A.
You know, they said that anytime you black with long hair, that's considered good hair. Yeah. And you know what I'm saying? They don't mess around having no green eyes.
Got you.
It's got to be Creole.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying?
That's where you're going with it.
I'm not even.
He fits a physical stereotype of a Creole.
I think he looked more Puerto Rican than Creole.
Because he was tall and slim too. That's kind of what doesn't look Creole.
He's no tall and slim Creole.
We eat. we eat, brother.
and he doesn't eat pork. Come on now. Yeah, it's no Creole Muslims.
It's not a thing. Those don't exist.
The Catholics.
But I said that like people from other states, when they want to say they from like close to the struggle and from the South, they always want to say they family from the South, but they never want to say they family from Mississippi or Alabama.
Alabama.
So that's
your mama
so
from
Arkansas.
Your parents from Inner Mississippi.
Yeah, no, they all be like my people from Louisiana because they want to be Creole.
They
want
say
to be from
New
Louisiana.
Orleans. New Orleans. They don't say New Orleans.
No, I think they say they're from Louisiana because I think they the connotation of New Orleans is murder capital still.
Yeah.
They don't want to be from New Orleans, Katrina. They don't want to be on top of the roof.
Yeah.
That's not where my people from. My people from where they make good food at in Zydeco.
Nah, they always my people left before then. Right before
right?
Katrina, like a week before they was out of there.
Nigga, that's your brother-in-law on top of that roof. Right up.
Waving that big bed sheet.
Now, what if niggas would have came out and said, and I saw when Game made that song talking about video girls when he see him, I don't remember what the name of the song was, but you know what I'm talking about. You wouldn't give fuck in them rap stars. You know who you are. Put your hands up, ladies. If you kept your leg. And you, hey, so on that song, he said, and then I seen the same chick who was on Lil Wayne video on the roof of a car, floating on the roof of a car in Katrina. It's like everywhere I go, I see the same hoe. We didn't come for his neck talking about keep Louisiana people out your goddamn mouth for blah, blah, blah. True. So people, and Game said some shit about smashing Kim Kardashian, didn't he, recently? Like, he had disrespectful
He had a whole bunch of dudes, old ladies, and that wives and stuff in that thing. So
he had disrespectful fuck.
People pick and choose what they want to be mad about, dog. We know that. But the thing about it is, all Kodak Black got to do is drop a hot song, and nobody cares again. Well, really, just wait till Thursday. Thursday about noon, something else will be going on.
I'll go with that. Last thing that I definitely wanted to talk about. I just want you to get your opinions and let's be adults about this. So each year there's a conglomerate of homosexuals that swarm South Beach in Miami to celebrate. Shit! I'm actually reading something. So these aren't my words. The LGBTQ community. Miami Beach Pride brings people from all walks of life together to celebrate love and the freedom to be who they are. Dwyane Wade's 11-year-old son, Dwyane Wade, attended the march with his family, including his stepmom, Gabrielle Union. We support each other with pride. Wade wrote on Instagram over a photo of his son at an event. Honestly, when I looked at that picture of the article and it was from theroot.com, I thought that man was like actually a little girl because like he's dressed in a way that kind of is a little flamboyant in some of them things. So Zion, I'm just gonna put it like this. These are facts that I hear about Zaire Wade for the last 5 to 8 years. I don't think I ever heard about this little boy until right now.
Oh no, I'm not gonna do Dwyane that. I saw him on a couple of things. I honestly, I'm not surprised.
The other one be on his feed though every day though.
That's his first son. I mean, I think it take a while before you're able to understand and able to, I guess deal with and be able to, I don't know, just able to function knowing that you have you're this big superstar and, big manly man, your other son, and you have a little sweet son. Well, I guess allegedly homosexual son. I guess he identified.
I don't know if he allegedly. Let's just say.
But he 11 though, so it doesn't no. You know what I mean? Because
I'm going to answer that question for you before you go any further. I'm going to put a pin in and answer that question. This podcast is brought to you by Gramstar. And Gramstar responded with this. To put it in terms you can understand, Los. I knew I liked them hoes when I was 11.
Okay, you're not wrong when you're right. All right. I mean, I guess
that put a lot into perspective, though, right there. I knew I liked them hoes when I was 11.
Yeah, it does. I guess I put in my mind all the things when you start liking them hoes, and then when you go through boy phases of stuff, if you don't have your own room, you might stay in the bathroom a little longer or whatever. I guess I'd be like, but I guess anyway, that's a hard thing to deal with for Dwyane Wade, I guess. But I have seen him, his son on the little boy on the Snapchat, before or whatever, and he was walking the runway and all that kind of stuff. So
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I seen it on the Snapchat. So I mean, I'm not surprised at all. I'm just happy they're getting behind him, and Dwyane Wade's not, ashamed. And I guess he just told him you better be damn EJ out here, bro. If you gonna do this thing,
EJ, man. Not EJ.
So, better be EJ. You know what I'm saying? If you gonna go, let's go then. Put your colors on, get your little half off shoulder shirt. You better work. Shit.
They all like Dwyane Wade father. He actually wasn't there. He just kind of posted the picture, but
he sent his son and his oldest son to replace.
Yeah, I was gonna say something about EJ too. I had some, but I'm just gonna keep it to myself. I know Kevin Hart got in trouble for jokes about this kind of stuff. So like it's like about his son being. I mean, it's kind of it's a touchy situation because you're like
it has to be rough, man, to deal with. I guess to be able to.
But it's 20. The thing about 2019, though, Los, I think there's. Especially, okay, let me put it this caveat. 2019, when your mother is a movie star / TV star and your dad is an NBA basketball player, well, your stepmom, he'll be fine. He'll be in a circle of other like-minded boys or whatever. He will be accepted. He might be Gabrielle Union's assistant, personal. I don't know. I hate to put limits on what he could be.
Don't do that.
But I can see him in a whole bunch of different scenarios where he'd be successful and go through and have a very regular kind of childhood with other, like an accepting elementary school.
But it's still asshole kids like you and I out there who are going to say something about their kid, man. You know what I'm saying? I don't care rich, but they can be rich or not. Just because you have money or you go to a nice school, don't make the kids better. It's still the assholes, i.e. people who got to pay for their kid to just go to college and party. You know what I'm saying? So you're still a dickhead. You're just a rich dickhead. So
do you think that they make fun of kids because they gay, or do you think they make fun of kids because they flamboyant?
Flamboyant more than gay. Maybe both. But
I'm not gonna tell you what school I was at the other day, Los, but I was at a school and there was a had to be by 17-year-old dude, by 6'2", slim, weave, titties, dude walking down the hall, and I was like, wow. I was like, that's what we doing? I mean, and that was my first thought. And I was like, man, let me let that man be, because these other kids probably letting him be. Probably fine. But it just was kind of a shocking, oh, they didn't have it. Well, I guess they did have it in my high school, but it was one boy, and it was just. So I guess it's been I
went to school with some dudes who we knew for sure or whatever. And, they were cool. Nobody really, the people, we did say, call him slur, but it was kind of in a joking manner, and he was okay with it. I think. Well, they did. I'm not gonna say I did, but I was wrong for that. Let me just put that out there on wax.
Yeah.
I didn't know no better then. I've reformed myself now. But
I think the aspect that kind of takes fathers back or whomever back about that kind of thing is just kind of that idea of not their lineage, right? That he might not have kids because he's with another guy, and the same thing with a homosexual girl.
Wait. Now with womb transplants,
right?
It's possible.
I mean, and they could have kids. They could artificially inseminate people, but I guess that's kind of like a concern of a father. I guess that would be like, damn, my seed is not gonna have other kids, whatever. But like you just said, there's so many things in 2019 that is way less of a thing than it was.
Yeah.
Back in the Gap. I guess back in the Gap, them boys would just get them a wife, go have kids, and then go be with their man afterwards, after they break up.
Yeah. Down low daddy. Yeah. But I did too, I guess you kind of concerned about, how do I relate to this kid? You know what I mean? You don't, as I guess as a heterosexual man, you don't know, what kind of problems he faced that I can help him with. You know what I mean? I don't know this world. I guess it's going to unknown. When you have a little son and he's straight, you can kind of help him.
But would you feel that? Would he feel that way if he had a daughter, though? I mean, would he feel the same way?
If she was gay?
No. I mean, I don't know if I can help her through this life because I don't know what it's like to be a woman.
I mean, in the same way that he don't be a woman, but you know enough women, and you're a man, and you talk to plenty of women to have some type of idea where you can help. Unless you got a bunch of homosexual friends. I don't, there's still things he's going to deal with that Dwyane Wade doesn't know about.
Fair enough.
Or can't really relate to.
Fair enough. I mean, it's a lot going on. It's a lot of levels to it, and I mean, I just hope that, like you said, that they that the little boy gets to that people not on his ass too much. But I think the biggest flashback was the biggest blowback was people saying that he too young to make that decision. Like,
Yeah.
But I kind of disagree with that too. I think if you know, you know.
Yeah, if that boy, never mind. But yeah, he know.
If you straight, you straight, and if you gay, you gay.
Now cue up that music for nothing nice to say.
You know, they say if you can't say anything nice, don't say anything at all.
If you can't say something nice, don't say nothing at all.
Nothing nice to say with Aldo NICE.
Ain't nothing nice. Yeah.
See, anytime a story starts with Florida man, you know you're in for a treat. So what I got going to do right now is hop right into it, okay? Andrew Lippy is a dude who owns some properties. I'd say he's doing pretty damn good for himself. He ain't killing it like my homeboy Cello. This podcast is brought to you by Cello, the one and only Cello. Check out my boys Canadaville Home and Mobile Home Rentals in Houston and New Orleans on Facebook under his name, CELLO, Canada, spelled like the place Drake from. He'll get you straight. Anyway, Andrew Lippy might not be on his level, but the guy is doing his thing in the Sunshine State. He actually owned the house they use in the real world, and he recently purchased Thompson Island off of Key West for $8 million. Good business dealings and strategic purchases have put him in a position to win. But something strange took place last week. Andrew Lippy was arrested for stealing from Kmart. First of all, they still got Kmart? When I was growing up in the B, it was either Walmart or Kmart. The competition was real, but we all kind of knew. Like Popeyes for the ballers and Churches for the ghetto. Walmart was for the ballers and Kmart was for the ghetto. And in a town of 35,000 people, it wasn't enough room for both of them. So Kmart had to shut it down. Then I noticed every Kmart in the general vicinity shut it down, and I ain't seen one in Texas in years. Maybe I ain't looking. Maybe them shits is hiding. I don't know. But Kmart been dead to me. But Andrew Lippy knew exactly where that bitch was at. And check out the brazen way he went about his thievery. Dude was arrested for felony grand theft for buying shit like light bulbs, then replacing them with Dollar General daddies and going right back to get a refund. If that wasn't bad enough, he was buying the Carricks, taking them out the box, and returning the box with a basketball in it. Can I tell you, this man is a crook, but actually a damn genius at the same time? Look, we know everybody, employees, ain't caring about their job like them people at Chick-fil-A. Some people gotta be trash at doing their job, especially at Kmart. Somebody don't care and won't take the time to try to catch somebody pulling this type of scam. And he probably wouldn't have got away with it if it wasn't for these meddling kids, or in this case, security of the world, Craig-ass loss prevention people. It reminds me of my price tag swapping scheme at home. You should see the look on them people's face when you bring a big 72 by 60 piece of artwork to the counter with a price tag that say $9.99, and on the screen when they scan it, it just say art. Well, let me stop right there, because I'm giving y'all some ideas. And I ain't got nothing nice to say about rich people trying to stay rich, and y'all trying to take them down. So I won't say nothing at all. Your boy was over there saying, I'm stealing trinkets. I'm stealing little shits.
My thing is this. You're taking light bulb. Exactly how much are you saving for you to risk going to jail?
I'm assuming this place rental houses and shit, right?
Yeah, but I mean...
It's such a petty crime, right?
I feel like if you need light bulb, that means somebody was renting it, right? So I just think it's a lot of trouble to go get the light bulbs and then go to Dollar General and get some more light bulbs.
They say he brought it back like the next day, like boom, I need my money.
Like there's just a lot of work for somebody who got. I don't know. Maybe some people are klepto. Maybe that just
wanted to get away.
Does it for him.
Yeah. Maybe so. It's possible, man.
He should have tried Walmart. He definitely could have got away with it at Walmart.
Yeah, fucking right. Absolutely.
Kmart, they can't afford to take no loss.
That's what it is.
That's probably the last one on earth.
He was right next to the last Blockbuster. The last.
He was connected to it.
So look, before we get out of here, let's we by 6 weeks out of Best Friend Weekend phase. Well, maybe 7 weeks. Best Friend Weekend phase 3, Memorial Day weekend. If you haven't already booked. I got my ticket. Raj got his ticket this week. We in the house. We looking for we looking for the stuff. We out there 4.5 hours. So make sure you round. inboxes for details. We're about to start pubbing it a lot more on social media. So this weekend, some other things to consider. Game of Thrones is back on Sunday, so yeah. If you're not on it, get down. It's going
is the
down.
little midget still alive? The little midget still alive?
The small person, the little person is alive. Yes.
Sorry, my bad. Okay.
For the time being.
I like him. I watch it.
Additionally, Gilly the Great coming in town this weekend. Shout out. Nah. Where we turn it up at? Nigga, I'm talking about
he coming out here. I don't know. What we doing?
he like,
doing something,
he like, who we talking about?
I thought you said Juvie the Great. You had yelled. I thought you said Juvie the Great. I was like, oh yeah. But nah, yeah, Gilly the Great coming out here, man. We gonna do a little something, man. We a while out.
I'll watch y'all from the crib. Y'all just FaceTime live and stuff like that.
I got you.
Instagram
I know we're going
live.
to turkey leg hunt. We're gonna go to turkey leg hunt Saturday.
Sound like some colors to do.
Yeah.
And last thing that I definitely need y'all to do is I need y'all to go put them goddamn nuggets under Roger picture. Like right now, like it's serious.
Hey, listen though, if you're gonna be real petty, like put them on a bunch of them too, like old ones. Like
his first post, just put the nuggets under it.
Put a bunch of nuggets under it.
We have hundreds of people who listen to our podcast every reel.
That would be so funny if
I need at least like half of y'all to do this. Like this will make my my entire life. And then when Raj asks us why are they doing that, we're just gonna be I don't know.
Come on, man.
Is he private? Let's hope he's not private. Even if he ain't private, yeah, he might be private. If we don't, just do it under Best Friend Weekend pictures if he is.
But tag Rod Smooth, like tag him and then do it.
That's even better.
But we gotta listen, if you do it, if he's not private, I'm sure he probably is, huh?
I don't know. I remember there was a point when Raj wasn't private.
Okay, well go check and see if he's private. What is his IG again? Just in case they forgot. ROGSMUVE. Raj. Okay. Smooth. Go under that. If he's private, go to the Best Friend Weekend page, tag him, and just put a bunch of nuggets under like at least 3.
At least 3 pictures.
Like all
we need this. We need this. And shout out, man. This podcast brought to you by Big Q, man. Appreciate you for listening last week and dropping that hot dropping that. You know what I mean? I like people who listen to do one time for the crew, man. Look, we out. We'll holler at y'all next week. We'll try to get Raj back. We'll holler.
Yeah.